Hi. So here in Massachusetts, we have been out of school and out of work now for 2 weeks. And it definitely gets pretty challenging at home to figure out a way to accommodate everybody's workspace needs. So I thought today that I would talk to you about some strategies for negotiating and navigating that potential area of conflict. Now, if you're working a Monday to Friday type job, Friday night is actually going to be a really good time to start this process so that you have a plan ready to go on Monday. The first thing you're going to want to do is gather everybody around the table. And you need to elect someone to be the scribe. And then you also need to find an item. It can be anything. It can be a salt shaker, a pencil, a ball, whatever. And the idea is whoever has that item in their hand has the floor and people can't interrupt them. So you're going to pass that around the table, and when each person has it, they're going to say to the table, these are the things that I need to have a successful work environment. And it could be anything from, being at the dining room table to being closed in a quiet room to having bright light, whatever it is. This is not a time to hold back. Put everything down. Now at the end of that, once everybody has all those out on the table and they've been written down, you set it aside. You're not going to talk about it tonight. Have a nice dinner. Parents, once your kids go to bed, have a glass of wine, relax. Now, Saturday morning, you get up and you have breakfast together and you pull that list back out and make sure that there isn't anything that anybody wants to add to the list. Make sure it's complete. And now we're going to brainstorm options. Now, this is not a time to evaluate options. It's not a time to say, yeah, I think that'll work and that won't work. We're just brainstorming. Put everything out, no matter how little or how silly or how extravagant it might be. Put all the options on the table. And your scribe is going to write them all down, all of the options. Now give people some time and some space to think. Let people think about it all of Saturday and maybe Saturday night. Sunday morning, come back to breakfast and look through your list. Now's when you start evaluating and going through them and saying, well, this one probably isn't going to work because going to Mars isn't a possibility for us right now. Or this one is a definite possibility because we have an office for one of the adults in the house that has a door that closes and that'll work really well for them. Something like that. But maybe times there may be things that are conflicting. But there may be ways that as you're evaluating them that you can find things that overlap. So for example, if one of your kids has to practice their trombone and that really bothers your other child and makes it hard for them to study academics, maybe part of the solution is that you don't have the trombone practice at the same time that the other child is doing math. And the timing might not be perfect for everyone. The circumstances might not be perfect, but this is a definitely an imperfect situation that we're all in. And the goal here is to find an option that meets the most needs for everyone so that everybody can be as successful as possible given the circumstances. So now you have an idea for your plan going forward on Monday. So write it down, hang it up where everybody can see it. Remember what your plan is. But also remember that this plan has got to be flexible. This is a living, breathing document that you're creating here. And depending on what happens with information or demands from work or your internet capability or could be a whole host of things, you're going to have to be flexible. And so I suggest that then at the end of every week, or even sooner if you want to, that the family sit down together and go over its plan and talk about what are the things that worked and what didn't work. What might be changed to make the things that didn't work more? Or do we need to brainstorm some new options? And so as you're going forward, hopefully having this kind of plan, being flexible with it, and really putting some good thought into consideration as a family unit about how this is going to support everybody in the family individually and as a whole, is going to help minimize any of that conflict over not having the right space or the right time circumstances to be successful in work. And hopefully we won't be doing this for too long and everybody will be back to what their usual routine is. But maybe you'll have a new plan in place for things on the weekend or a new way to figure out and manage conflicts in your house. I wish you all lots of luck and I'll be back again. See you soon.